Sandworm. Snape? Freaking creep. We're gonna inject the payload. No, he's gonna die.
Blast him.
Nice shot. I can't see a thing. It's all foggy in here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're able to. I know they make the joke in Rebels where Rex is like, I can't see a thing on this. I actually think that the stormtroopers would be much easier to see out of than that one. It really opens up on the spot where your eyes aren't.
Yeah, I bet I just keep having this huge spike because I keep running into my mic because I can't see it. Sympathize for the troopers that had to wear these things nonstop. They weren't allowed to take them off.
Yeah, I actually, after wearing that one, I sympathize a lot more with the actors that had to run and do the full scenes in the Ahsoka show. Because, man, you've got no range. This one you got like a little bit, but that one, there's no range of motion.
Like, you guys think that George Lucas had all of the clones in episodes 2 and 3 be full CGI because he wanted to show off? No. It was a union thing.
It's because it's not practical.
It's too hot in here.
It's a health hazard for sure.
You can't see. Tamura Morrison couldn't take it anymore. You know what? Mandalorian and Grogu comes out on May 22nd. Buy your tickets now and donate to Pedro Pascal's hot scalp. Because he can't breathe anymore. He's worn that thing for so long. I hope that they designed that thing to be like air cooled or something.
I do think it's funny that every time they show like his helmet come off, his hair is like a tad damp.
Because it probably just is. They probably have him go through hair and makeup and it looks great. But then like they just have him do what he has to do. He wears the whole suit with helmet on for like 4 hours before he has his scene. He has to go out and shoot.
They don't even put like makeup or anything on him. They're just like, it'll be gone by the time
Sweat,
your face
man.
shows.
We need it natural.
We need the distress.
I hope anything I've been saying is getting picked up by these microphones.
Yeah, this is going to be really funny if it's not. Let's take them off.
It'll be just as funny. It'll be just as funny if you can just hear us mumbling like, yeah. Just I'm gonna have to editor show on screen how many dB up you had to put our voices for that. Hi, Tristan.
I can hear you. The most accurate thing of that entire thing was you going.
I understood that reference.
Oh,
guess what, guys? It's May. It's Star Wars month.
Still sweet, sweet May. Yeah, there's not been much. That was a sentence. There hasn't been a lot that's happened since last week. They released another trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu show, and people hated it, which comes as no shock. Though I will say some of the hate is warranted because it's like the shot of the Mandalorian on the little tiny like walker who runs underneath the AT-AT, and the guy's like, "He's under us. Where did he go?" And then they like cut in when Mantis gets hit by the asteroid or whatever, and Drax is like, "Mantis, look out!" And it's like, it's 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, as funny as that is, here's another thing, because I don't want to be like a Star Wars apologist the whole time that we're doing this show.
Lucasfilm
But, like-
does not pay us.
But like,
to
did you guys
appreciate
watch the OG trilogy at all?
Yeah.
I know that they don't directly show the interior of the AT-AT cockpit during the Battle of Hoth, but do you think that they were wondering what was going on when they were circling them with tow cables? Do you think they were just like, what's happening?
Yeah.
It was like a shoot them down kind of.
Yeah.
Like stormtroopers they're supposed to be idiots, guys. Like
Yeah.
they're supposed to be the elite idiots of the galaxy.
It just goes back to the age-old saying: nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
But also to put like, a headcanon reason for it, if we're gonna go that far. Think of it like everyone at that period of time in Star Wars canon was so technology dependent. Everyone freaked out when Luke turned off his targeting computer. They probably weren't actually physically looking at the Mandalorian when he's running underneath them.
Yeah.
They were looking at their radar.
Yeah, they're like,
Where'd he go? Did he fall?
well, and I think it's funny that they're like, look at him. Look at these guys missing those shots. And then they compare it to like Empire, where the AT-ATs are shooting speeders out of the air. And I'm like,
This is a rundown Empire that isn't actually the Empire. The
and
Empire is
also,
full.
like, aren't stormtroopers notorious for missing everything? Like, kind of like the running bit of
You
the
know
show.
that, like, there's a very powerful Force user with the Mandalorian in that scene.
Didn't they know that they don't have any main characters inside the AT-AT? Of course they're gonna
Don't
miss.
they know that they're not going to kill off their main character like that?
Yeah. So I can tell you that people are not excited for that, and I don't care.
I am going to go watch it.
I am very excited for it.
Yeah. I can't wait.
As someone who's invested like I don't know, a good like 5 years, 6 years of my life into watching this show,
I'm not done.
I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it.
Like, I can't lie. Like, when they ended the way they did in Mando season 2, I was like, oh man. Oh, I'm sobbing. But
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not gone forever here.
No, and I'm fine with it. Like,
Yeah.
I'd much rather have that IP than, other stuff that I've never seen before. Like, I'm okay with it. And I never really was a hater of this kind of stuff anyways.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. It just, that stuff has never been like, everybody hated on all of the TV shows when they came out. And I was like,
Even now they still do.
yeah. And I
like,
was like, it's actually, it could be worse.
like truthfully, like,
This is bothering me.
I think that the best thing, one of the best things that like the impact of Andor ever did was that people are now a little bit more optimistic with new Star Wars content on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Like they're not like it's not gonna
Well,
they're also all pretty realistic about it too. They're like it's not gonna be like Andor, but like
it's just, I just feel like, yeah. Quick tangent, but do you ever feel like we as humans have progressed too far in our reliance and on technology and our need for technology to always be a part of our lives and to, ever change and grow? Because I feel like that opened the door for everybody's stupid opinions to become mainstream.
yeah.
Sometimes I kind of wish that I could. Obviously, we do this podcast for the same reason that everybody is a content creator, because we've got something to say and someone out there hopefully likes to hear it. But, like,
Subscribe.
yeah. Hit the bell icon. No.
If that person is you, show your love.
But, like, I don't know. Social media was fine. I feel like social media for me peaked probably like
on MySpace.
Well, like 2018 to like 2018 was probably its like peak for me. Maybe 2019 when people weren't obsessed with being digital creators. Because now I feel like the digital creator space has caused like this beloved franchise to get even more hate than it's deserved, right? Because right now, like everyone's always like, well, Star Wars just keeps milking this thing dry and Disney can't let it go. And I'm like, they could be giving us more sequel content.
Think about this.
They could give us more of that garbage. We could have a Canto Bite show about the horses that got freed, but not the slave children.
Think about this, guys. We could have gambling ambience as an official Disney Plus thing, like they did with that, like Finding Dory, Dory's aquarium thing.
You
know what? I'm gonna go back on this. If they were to do anything Canto Bite related, it could only be that. Give me Star Wars gambling ambience. I'm sold.
I'm gonna put that on.
That would be our backdrop always. I don't care how many copyright strikes I'd get. I want. How can you copyright that? It's just Foley.
Like, I'm so grateful that the shows that we're getting are at least connected to the stuff that we grew up with, because even if they're not great, they're still better than the stuff that Disney tried to make original. If that makes sense. Right? Like, not saying that all the sequels and everything in the sequels were bad, but I'd much rather see an Ahsoka show or an Obi-Wan show than anything like The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. Like, I don't want to see a Luke show where he learns that he can drink out of the alien teat for green milk.
And
like,
then think about killing his nephew, but not actually, because he wasn't actually going to do that.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, kind of to go something on a similar vein. I don't know if this is a hot take or if this is an original take by me or whatever, but I think that production companies and Hollywood, they need to stop releasing official clips of stuff. I know that like in this age of streaming, that doing that might help entice people to your streaming service. But for the sake of the actual content you're trying to put out, it only brings about way more scrutiny than it does. Because like I can't think of a time that I've seen an official clip of something and I got more excited for it or thought man, I really want to get HBO Max now.
It takes the excitement out of it.
Yeah,
there's no like going to find out something. They always got to show like a teaser trailer of the teaser.
Yeah, and like
teaser inside Mandalorian's helmet. You're like,
yeah, and like with that, like the official clip that they dropped for Mando and Grogu the other day, with like Mandalorian and Sigourney Weaver's character talking about going on a mission to see the Hutt, Rata the Hutt.
Yeah,
it did not raise my excitement for the movie any more than I already had. It just like I thought while watching it was like, well, like at least the color grading looks good.
Well,
like I wasn't even like.
All I can hope is that they're kind of pulling the same thing with the movie that they did with all of the series, where all of the shots they showed were of like
the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, the first like 2 episodes. And so then you got the rest of the series to figure out something new.
What's the official runtime for Mando and Grogu? I don't remember.
Great question. I would imagine it's probably...
I would bet it's like maybe a little over 2 hours.
I bet you it's under 2 hours. Mando and Grogu.
I feel like I probably learned this. I don't remember it though.
It's 2 hours and 12 minutes. So it's probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
With all the credits. Star Wars credits are always like 20 minutes long.
Well, I mean,
You got
with
a
Mando
list.
and Grogu, it's probably gonna be a little different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I don't know.
But that, I don't know. That's what I kind of mean. Not to like get so sidetracked off of Star Wars, because I know that's what you're here for. But
Yeah.
like, I just feel like technology, like us as a human race, we like. I'm okay with where we are. I'm okay with us not going any farther in the technology, because like I don't really like the streaming
in the
services.
advertisement space,
Well, just like I don't enjoy streaming services. I hate them.
they've turned them back into cable, so
Yeah.
it's made it so
But-
much harder.
But it's made it like even worse for like family gathering, right? Like I used to go and watch a movie in the theaters, or you missed the movie in theaters, and then you'd wait for it to come to DVD. It'd come out on DVD, and you'd watch it for like the second time, and you're like, wow, this is so good. I forgot how amazing this was. But now, like on a streaming service, they release it like 2 days after it hits theaters, and you're like,
Except in this one case, Avatar, Fire and Ash, we're still waiting for that one to come
Yeah.
up to streaming.
I don't know. That's just kind of like it's and like with social media and them like constantly trying to pull people to their platform rather than like sell the movie.
I feel like
the age of cinema is just like really dying.
online advertising has like plateaued.
Yeah.
They're not getting any more creative, and they're not getting any more appealing.
Yeah.
It's all just the
Well,
same
and
stuff.
I guess like to go back to yours, like the clips are I think clips are really starting to hurt movies.
Yeah.
Like, take for example, The Odyssey. Like, I don't know if you've been up to date, but I've been following it all over X and stuff. Like, watching this hype for The Odyssey, like, grow exponentially. And then as soon as they start releasing more clips, more and more people are like, this looks like hot garbage.
I just like
it would have been just show the teaser trailer, don't show anything until the movie comes out. Just keep showing the teaser trailer,
yeah.
you know?
Like, I mean, again, I don't want to like fully be going on this tangent, but I just keep have thoughts coming through my head. But like, I don't recall there being an official clip for Infinity War or for Endgame. Heck, like the only content from Endgame outside of the trailers was the "don't spoil it" stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the best stuff, like, you let the audience come to you. If you're that worried about it underperforming, you should have made a better movie.
Yeah.
Like, don't expect it to fail. Like, did any of you movie executives listen to your fathers? You can't expect things to fail before you even do it,
Yeah.
right?
And it doesn't matter how much prep you put in. Like, I don't know. People are always going to hate stuff that you put out.
Trust.
It's a fine line, right? Because obviously you want to promote your stuff, but it gets to a point where like you're over promoting and people just get sick and tired of it. And because you have so much content out there, like you were saying, it just like opens the gates for any form of. No one's gonna be like, this looks so sick. I've seen this 30 times. I can't stop looking at it. Right? Like they're always gonna find something to nitpick.
Yeah, it's like when trailers come out, I'll watch them. I'll have my opinion. I'll share them with you or whoever, and then I just don't like. I kind of, when it came to stuff that like I had like hope for, like just with Mandalorian and Grogu in this instance, like I stopped opening comment sections for things.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't want someone's nitpick about a certain thing to influence my view of that portion of the movie or that thing in the movie
And it's
for the
just-
whole time.
It's just all the same.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I gotta hear people complain about the like visual effects of Star Wars one more time, I think I might go into the comment sections physically and slap them. Right? Like,
Guys, I need
it
you
could
all.
we could be using still paintings and miniatures
Stop motion.
the size of my hand. Like, yeah, I'm obviously a big proponent for like practical effects and making everything as real as you can.
But if you're gonna have something, that's supposed to be the size of a skyscraper blow up,
Watch the first Death Star trench scene versus what any of the starfighter battles we have now, and you're like, oh my gosh.
yeah. I have to say, like, as classic, to use that comparison, you take like the trench run from New Hope, and you take like
Poe Dameron.
Poe Dameron's on the Dreadnought thing, like that one looks so much better.
I'd take that. And I'm not saying that the old stuff is trash either, but I'd take the new stuff because it looks good.
In short, the reason any of us love Star Wars at all now, outside of like the very few things that you're like, wow, needle in a haystack, golden writing, is ILM, bro, and Lucasfilm Animation, which honestly, they might as well be extensions of one another.
Yeah.
Because that, like, truthfully, like outside of like, Andor and all of the things that have gotten all the praise, the best thing Disney has ever done with Star Wars was Clone Wars Season 7.
Yeah.
Despite the 3 episodes in the middle. Like, even now, like, people talk about it like Disney didn't even make it. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
So, like, listen, people. Okay.
I don't know. Just
You can critique things however you like. You can have your thoughts and opinions. I don't care if The Mandalorian personally came into your life and killed your hamster when you were 5. It doesn't mean that you can come out here and say that, like, Sigourney Weaver looks like she's going to be a terrible actress. What a terrible choice. What are we doing? Give everything an opportunity. Give it a chance.
Yeah.
Are you
absolutely
like have some hope in this like tumultuous world, please?
And really, it just comes down to like, I just don't think that those kind of people are real fans. Like, genuinely, they can sit there and they can talk. Like, all these people can talk about how much they hate X, Y, and Z, but at the end of the day, you're not a real fan. Right? Because the real fans of Star Wars stuck through all of the terrible stuff and saw the diamond in the rough, right? Like,
I
how
think
many times we talked about this last episode, but how many times has there been something that's happened in one of the movies or in the shows that everybody was like, this is terrible, and then in 5 years they're like, this is the most beautiful thing that has ever graced my eyes, right? Like,
everything for some reason is so much better in hindsight with these people, especially. I mean, like, I think everybody who is out there saying that they are Star Wars fans, like, you can like it for whatever reason you want. You can be someone who hates Star Wars if it doesn't have a lightsaber. You can be someone that hates Star Wars if Darth Vader isn't ever even mentioned. Like, I think everybody, if you really want to understand and get Star Wars, I sound so pretentious now, like I'm Dave Filoni's understudy or something.
I am the Star Wars.
I just think that everybody would love and understand Star Wars so much better if they watched any of George Lucas's director commentaries for the prequels.
Yeah.
Like, if you listen to this guy who clearly we all know well enough now that he didn't write the prequels very well.
Mm-hmm.
He just made the stories superb.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to him talk about this stuff, just like anytime you hear or see a clip of George Lucas talking about Star Wars, he's talking about like the meta of Star Wars. He's not out there talking about like how Darth Vader got his lightsaber or how like
No, he's talking about
how
the meaning.
yeah, he's like, it's like poetry, it rhymes.
Yeah.
Any story is
Yeah.
a Star Wars story. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
And I just wish that more people would just give it a chance to succeed
Don't watch
before they write it off.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know how we got to that tangent, but we did.
I'm glad we did.
I
Felt like
just
something
felt
to talk about.
I just felt like it. Obviously, we're not a big show. So our opinions are pretty moot in this.
Yeah. No
area.
one.
But like, someone needed to say it. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan and you're only watching this episode and you've made it this far,
Here's our meta commentary on the casual critique.
like, really, even if you're not a fan of Star Wars, this stuff is still applicable because it happens with everything. And as someone who grew up going to the cinema to watch movies with his parents, and so many of my memories and so much of my love for movies comes from this area. I'm a very big believer that we need to stop boobing about everything before we before it comes. Don't judge a book by its
It's the
cover.
very reason why I have that like personal rule for myself
Mhm.
that I won't formulate an actual opinion about a movie until I've seen it at least twice.
Yeah.
Because like to use the Star Wars as an example, like the very first time I watched Last Jedi, I went with my sister in theaters. It was like a later showing. I don't think it was a Thursday night showing, but it might have been, honestly. But I remember walking out of that theater thinking that was the greatest Star Wars film I had ever seen. That it was incredible. That I was blown away by it. And it was the same thing after Rise of Skywalker. I walked out of that theater. That one was a Thursday night showing, and I walked out of that theater at like 2 a.m. And I was just beaming. I was just thinking to myself, like, I love Star Wars.
Mhm.
That was awesome. And then I watch it a second time, and I'm like, whoa,
This is terrible.
what happened?
Yeah.
Like,
It just, I don't know. I don't want to watch, I don't want to see the cinema die, right? Because they're great experiences, and they're things that like, they're truly like the experiences that you have. I'm talking as if it's like a life alternative. The experiences that you have watching.
I feel like writing a book.
in the theater versus at home. Like, it's pretty universal that it's always better,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I just fear that if we continue to allow ourselves to be pissed off about every single thing we see, right? Like, you can have. I'm not saying you can't go into a movie with extremely low expectations. I've definitely become one of those people with the Odyssey. I was really hyped for it. And now, after seeing everything, after reading the book, right?
The OG.
The OG.
Homer's The Odyssey.
Yeah. After reading the book, like, I'm definitely like going in with low expectations because I was expecting it to be an epic, and I'm not getting the epic vibes. But I'll still go see it, right? And I'm not going to say that the movie's trash until I go watch it to make an opinion. And that's not something that you get watching a movie at home, especially now with streaming services when you're like, oh, I can rent it for a day for $1. Like,
Yeah.
bring back traditional things. New is not always better. But, no.
Makes you want to build a movie theater for yourself.
Yeah. What I wanted to actually what I wanted to get to in this episode.
Lovely segue.
Now that we're off of our
now that we're
soapbox,
exactly 30 minutes in.
I just kind of actually wanted to ask a question, like when did you, going back to the Star Wars stuff because it is still May. When did you when did you fall in love with Star Wars, and like what did it for you? It's a loaded question.
Well, I want to applaud your cadence because I definitely just felt like I was on an official press junket as an actor for a second. And I was like, oh my gosh,
There's a talking dog.
I don't I don't have media training. I mean, I don't think I have an exact memory of like the moment I fell in love with Star Wars. I can just think about what I was watching all the time when I was a kid, cuz like in my old home, we had like a theater screen, like comes down from the ceiling, and like a cheaper projector, and we like hooked it up to our DVD player. And I remember watching Attack of the Clones and Return of the Jedi more than anything else. There's not many others that I truly remember watching. Un momento. Sorry about that. My dog snuck down here and talked to us. Couldn't have that. But anyway, like
Attack the Clones, Return of the Jedi.
yes. Truthfully, I know that it probably sounds crazy now, but I think that Attack of the Clones is what made me fall in love with
Really?
Star Wars. I don't remember watching Phantom Menace for the longest time. And I know that I didn't watch Revenge of the Sith for an even longer time because it was the only one that was PG-13. And I was, 7. So like, and like truth, like again, I really have to attribute a lot of that love now thinking about it to the people behind the movie. Because I think that this is probably the most relatable thing I'll say ever on this podcast. But Jango Fett's dang grenades, I think, like, helped me gain consciousness as a child. I think that I truly began to understand and love media from that fight.
Sorry, I would agree that I only was distracted by my phone because I was trying to find it's so long ago they probably have taken down the website, but I found it one time.
Was it like a Star Wars sound effects?
No, I will find the picture. I'll find the picture. We'll put it in right here. I'll find the picture because I know that my mom has this somewhere. Attack of the Clones was probably the movie that did it for me too. Because when I was a kid in elementary school, we had these things. I don't know why they were called it, but it was called reflections. And like you would have to do it was kind of like a science fair, but like for like the arts or something. And I remember I made the entire gladiator scene out of clay and toothpicks. Like built out all the creatures, the pillars, all like the scene where they're like all chained up and they're like, pokey,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like made the entire thing out of clay, baked it, put it on cardboard, sent it off, and won like I don't remember. I won something.
That's awesome.
I once found an article, like when I was in high school, found an article
About
my thing, and like a picture of it. And I remember being so proud of myself. But I know my mom's got a picture of it.
That's awesome.
So I'll find it and we'll get it in to this. But that was like that. I remember just like, I don't know if you can tell, right? I own two clone helmets. The clones were probably the thing that did it for me the most. I used to think that the clone troopers still do were like some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. And like watching them come in, like even to this day, I don't get like teary-eyed, but like I get a little like
Emotional.
yeah, right. Watching them fly in on the Republic gunships in
Yoda's
that
just
scene,
there.
right? And they all come out,
Around the survivors, a perimeter create.
and they all got like their gold visors, and I was like, "Yo, those guys are cool, bro."
Yes, General. How are they generals already?
Blast them.
This is the very beginning of the war.
Anyways, like that stuff was that stuff I just remember being so captivated by. Obviously enough to make an entire school project out of. But I think from then on, like as I got older, the thing that captivated me the most was like Anakin / Darth Vader's story, right?
Once you were old enough to understand the tragedy of Star Wars.
Yeah. And even so much now than ever, when I'm an adult and I like have full access to my frontal cortex and I can like truly process and understand things. Like I love, if I could get a career out of useless Star Wars knowledge, like that's my dream job. I'll be a Star Wars historian.
You know, make your voice naturally deeper and get good at video editing and make a YouTube channel, buddy. And I'm sure that there's a place for you.
Why did Darth Vader turn to the dark side? Anyways, like I'm just so
Why? I don't know. Maybe there's 6 movies that could help us.
you got
And a 7-season long show.
What happened if Obi-Wan lost? But like even more now, like I love taking in Vader's character. Like I don't know if you saw the clip from that Dave Filoni explaining Vader's appearance in Maul's Shadow Lord.
I did.
But like that captivated me so much than like recent stuff.
Do you want to repeat it for the audience?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. People in that moment, like for people who haven't seen the show, Darth Vader shows up and
Spoilers.
he mogs just absolutely.
Whoa. Whoa. That language is like a whole generation under you, man.
Sorry. I'm unk status.
You got gray in your beard.
No, it just comes here. I'll use a terminology. He mosses all. No, he just comes in and does his thing. Like
Beats the crap out of everyone.
yeah, and he gets hit once and proceeds to get even more pissed. And
He turns his lightsaber into a hammer.
Yeah. And so someone asked Dave Filoni, like, what is he feeling in this moment? Like, what does he feel? And Dave Filoni was like, well, that's really the thing behind Vader is that, like, Vader doesn't really feel anything, right? Except for, like, hatred and anger. And he's like, when the whole side that feels something is the Anakin side of him, but the Vader side kills any of that hope because he views himself as a failure. He was brought up in this order and that they were his family, and then he ultimately betrayed them and ruined everything and made himself miserable. And so now anything that reminds him of Anakin, he feels guilty for. And like Anakin feels guilty for it. And then Vader kills it, right? Vader takes over and kills everything so that Anakin can't feel, right? So it's just this like never ending, like downward spiral into a pit of despair. And that's why he always like feels so betrayed and hates everyone that has any connection to his past, because he always feels like he failed them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so then he lets Vader kill it so that he feels nothing. And hearing that, I was like, whoa, that's some crazy stuff, Dave. You and your Star Wars cowboy hat come up with that all on your own? This is a kid's show after all. But just like that kind of stuff is probably what gets me the most now. Just like I like
Actual nuance of
Yeah.
Star Wars.
like I love being able to pick up on it's more than just laser blades and laser rifles.
Mm-hmm.
I love the poetry of Star Wars. Like being able to understand like fully why things happen and kind of like what George and in turn Dave Filoni like were and are trying to tell under the guise of sci-fi, right?
Yeah. It just like no matter how much Star Wars evolves with its, characters or storytelling or audience, like there's always just like it is about redemption from the ultimate betrayal,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think like talking like about the nuance, like I said, just how much good and bad can be seen from every angle of every character's perspectives. Like there's like I think Palpatine is the only character that is like one-sided.
Yeah.
Like that he's just an evil person.
Yeah.
Everyone else, there was just something about them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were manipulative or
Yeah.
they were neglectful or they were like easily manipulated.
Yeah.
So like the meme of Ryan Gosling, he's literally me. You could do that for
Like
anyone,
every Star Wars
anyone
character.
in there. And like it's just blended in so well.
Yeah.
And I think with the more Star Wars content that we're getting a lot of like really small characters that like are either there for like one season or whatever. Like with the police captain in Shadow Lord
Mm-hmm.
to maintain relevancy here. Like
Mhm.
like by the end of that show, I was like, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
And he has like clearly he has like a mysterious double life. There's like, the head of this casino who's probably not a very good person. They know each other really well. Like, was this a romantic thing? Was this like
Yeah.
they owe each other one? We never find out.
Mm-hmm.
All we find out is that this guy wants to do his job the best he can. He's not very trusting of a lot of people, and he wants to be a better dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sacrifices himself at the end.
Yeah.
And like I can't lie that I was like sad about it, but at the same time I was satisfied.
Yeah.
I was like, I have nothing more for
Yeah.
this guy to offer me.
Yeah.
I think he was a fantastically written character.
Mm-hmm.
And forgive me, I don't know if it's Wagner or Wagner or whatever, Mora, who voices him. He was nominated for Best Actor for this last Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
His voice is killer, dude.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and just like diving in and like seeing things for more than they are, like I find super enjoyable with Star Wars now, right? Obviously, I think that probably ties into why I love it so much
Mm-hmm.
and why I'm so quick to defend, even though Lucasfilm does not pay me a dime to defend their franchise. Although I wish they would. I have a hard time watching people attack the IP. I guess this is probably how Harry Potter fans feel. This is just something that means so much to me, right? I've grown up watching it, and it felt like it was my thing, right? My dad loves fighter jets. My brother loves cars. Tristan's got Star Wars, and I may not know how to do a lot of stuff under the hood, but I could tell you a lot underneath the Star Wars hood. Like I know an outrageous amount of Star Wars crap, and it's just because it's something that I thrive and catch on to, right? And as more stuff comes out, I find more things to love about it, right? Like what you said. But I think like changing gears a little bit, you know, like visually, was there like a scene visually that like you can think of that like changed your outlook, I guess, on like visual effects versus not? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like for me, there's a scene that like I really love, and it's like super insignificant in the grand picture, but it's in Rogue One when the AT, I think it's like, what is it, AT-AST that they have on Scarif, the cargo AT-ATs, when they, I think it's like X-Wings or something, they fly past it and they shoot at the AT-AT and you see it like blow up on the side and it's like and starts like firing at them. I remember watching that scene and like changed my whole perspective on like visual effects. I was like, wow, that's not real.
Yeah. But it, like, you know, added to the.
Is that like? Is
yeah, I
making a
think
little more
I'm
sense?
picking up. I'm
Like-
picking up on what you're saying.
Like, because there's obvious ones like the Vader hallway scene. And
Yeah, like
like
those.
the Battle of Heroes.
That's a tough one. It's a tough one to think about. I think honestly, for me, it's probably the Battle of Geonosis and everything that perspires after that. Like a really impactful scene for me as a kid with Star Wars, just to bring it back to Attack of the Clones. Like, I remember really liking the droid factory scene as a kid, and then everything after that, like the you know, arena monsters and like the noises that they make. I definitely was pretty convinced of those things. And like, you know, when Anakin starts, you know, riding the Rhino one, and the way that Obi-Wan kills the spider one, and then, you know, like just like the complete visual overstimulation of blaster fire, droids, and lightsabers
Yeah.
was just like insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, it totally, like, my mind was in another place. I was there. I was a spectator for the fight.
I think to like add on top of that, same movie, Camino. Right? Obviously, it's become a little bit of a meme now. Everybody does it in the rain, but like that whole scene, you know, watching him.
I have successfully made contact with the Prime Minister of Camino.
That, like, I remember and watching Obi-Wan fight like Jango Fett. So cool. So cool. And
Shout out to the sound effect artists for these things. Like, I know that for the OG trilogy, it was like one guy, but I don't know the team that did it for the prequels. But like, I need you to know that like, you created like ear ambrosia and
auditory. I said it today on my Instagram story, and I don't think it hit. I called it auditory lavender.
precisely. Like, listen, okay? Like, I could listen to even just the way Jango Fett's blasters sound. I was Jango Fett for Halloween when I was like, how old was I? Like 8, I think. And I had like toy blasters, and it made those sounds, and like I was a nuisance to my parents. Like, I was just sitting around just pew, 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 all the time. Like, it's like, and then like, you know, when I was playing like Lego Star Wars over here, when you're fighting Jango, like when Slave 1 comes up and just starts shooting at you, I kind of just like sat there holding block just so I could hear the ship. Beep, 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 beep. Like I was infatuated by that. And now here I am trying to become a sound engineer, and it has nothing to do with sound effects. Maybe I was influenced by the wrong things here.
Oh, but you know,
If anyone here from Sky is watching and they are listening and they somehow have connections to Skywalker sound, please keep me in your thoughts
yeah,
at all times. I'm networking here.
someday we'll get big enough, Trevor. Someday we'll get big enough that I just get to tag along when they invite you to do the cool stuff. And I could just be the plus one of like, ooh, push that one. Can you make that sound one more time? But I don't know. I know that this was an episode that was definitely a lot all over the place. But you know, I wanted to focus a little more on like why we love Star Wars. Because
I honestly, if people were listening to this at all, I think they probably picked it up.
yeah, because it's something that it's captivated us, but I don't know. It's hard to like put it in words, right? Because I'm not one of those. Obviously, I've got a lot of stuff and collections and my own little stuff that I have, but you know, it's not my identity, which makes it so much harder to talk about it with people because I want it to be my identity, right? But you say Star Wars and people think that you're a nerd, so it's not very often that I just get to kind of like cut loose like this.
If for those of you who have been listening to this in the background of what you've been doing, and I'm calling you out right now. Go watch Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care which one you watch. Literally, I don't care because like even the things that we've been talking about, they can be applied to the sequels. It's you just have to try a little harder.
There is good.
Just let the philosophy of Star Wars influence you to be a better person and to be a better a viewer of media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, have your opinions, say what you want to say, go where you want to go, but in the context of Star Wars and in the context of the things that we've been talking about, have hope for the future.
Yeah.
That's like bare bones what Star Wars is about.
Yeah.
Having hope for the future. It's literally in the name of the first movie they ever made, even though that title was updated later and not actually what it was initially called. That's beside the point.
Yeah. And, you know,
even if Mandalorian and Grogu ends up sucking and being bad, I will not regret going to go see it.
No, not at all.
I will not regret seeing Baby Yoda, as we still will consider him, though he has a name now.
Yeah.
Like, just let it flow through you.
Well, and really, like, you know, going to like not regretting, it's fun. Like, at the end of the day,
enjoy
like,
yourself.
This stuff is just meant to be good, solid fun, right? And even though I hate on the sequel movies, I love that I went and saw them. It was so cool. And just as it is going to be cool for me in, you know, a week and a half to say, like, in my lifetime, I was able to go to a Star Wars movie in the theaters, right?
Yeah, like
they're good experiences.
like I mentioned earlier about my experiences with like Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. I very well could come out of Mandalorian and Grogu thinking like that might be the best Star Wars movie since Rogue One. Like I might end up thinking that, which honestly, it probably will be. There's not a lot of. There's not a lot of
pretty low.
Yeah, but like we've got very meta and philosophical in this episode, and that was by complete accident. But I regret nothing.
Yeah. It's the Star Wars episode. Go watch the Star Wars.
Yeah. Should I put at the beginning of this episode, like, for Star Wars related content, skip to 32?
Disclaimer. We got deep.
We mentioned Avatar, Fire and Ash before we mentioned Star Wars.
Oh, but Fun stuff. We will. I was gonna say we'll catch you next week with a review of Mandalorian Grogu, but probably
It comes out at the end of
It
next
comes
week.
out next Friday.
Which I don't know. Sunday? After that, I don't know.
But nevertheless, we shall be back here next week with more Star Wars content for him.
Indeed. You know what? Because they can't copyright tiny bits. Here's for all of you. Yep, there you go. You are a true Jedi.
Oh,
I love Star Wars.
yeah, good stuff.